Hello, I'm Jenna Barton reporting live from Dhaka, Bangladesh. As you can see, thousands of Bangladeshis are protesting to demand the death penalty for political leader Abdul Qadir Mullah, convicted of war crimes. Along with him, several others are being tried for torture, murder, and rape during the 1971 Independence War. Since he was not given the death sentence, corruption in the Mullah's government was suspected. Some suspected an underhand deal between the government and his supporters. Others felt that there was not enough evidence to sentence him to death. Everyday citizens like doctors, professors, and laborers from all classes are protesting. Mullah and his party are responsible for 3 million deaths during the 1971 war. This is one of the biggest protests in the country's history.
Hello, I'm Gabby Albez, and I'm here with breaking news about the outskirts of Dhaka. A Bangladesh garment factory caught on fire, killing at least 110 people. There was not a valid safety certificate because it had not been renewed since this past June. Although this is against the law, factories are indifferent to safety precautions. In addition, fire extinguishers were not used. Thousands of factory workers have protested since the fire, demanding more safety precautions. Since the workers were creating retail for Western consumers, a question is raised as to why Western retailers hired workers without required safety credentials.
Hello, I'm Sarah Musili reporting about protests on salary wages. Over 300 clothing factories have reopened after several days of violent protests by workers. The average laborer works 10 to 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. They are demanding a 50% increase. Their last pay raise was 2 years ago, but because of the inflation, it has remained the same. The garment industry is key to the Bangladeshi economy. Therefore, the closing of factories have severely hurt production. Businesses are already suffering around the area, and they do not want to further increase the wages because of the inflation. This could potentially lead to shutting down their business altogether.
Hello, I'm Juliana Ruggieri, and I have a special report for you guys today on a teacher from a religious school called Tel Amun. And from that school, the teacher named Jasmine Athker was angry at some of her students. And when she was angry at them, she put a burning hot rod on their legs. Bangladesh officials the police department have raided Jasmine's house, and they're keeping her in custody for about 7 days. 14 other female students suffered burn injuries as well from the hot rods, and the school has been temporarily closed due to the incident. In 2010, Bangladesh banned corporal punishment in educational facilities. If anyone has any additional information on this story, you can please visit our website at www.wwn.com. This is a serious issue that needs to be addressed immediately, and so children are able to attend school without having to fear for their lives.
Hello, I'm back again with another story about flooding in Bangladesh. More than 110 people have been killed from recent flooding in Chittagong City. Thousands of people are without homes and may be trapped on higher grounds. The rain has caused mud banks to collapse, burying houses and blocking roads. Many drowned in flash floods, hit by landslides. Many homeless people were victims of this natural disaster. Unfortunately, this is a common problem in Bangladesh.
I'm back with another story. A bus carrying at least 43 people fell off a bridge south of Dhaka. 16 people were killed and 15 people were taken to the hospital. Bus accidents are very common in Bangladesh, where an estimated 10,000 people die each year due to traffic-related accidents. Most of these accidents are blamed on reckless driving, poor road conditions, and old vehicles.
Hey guys, this is Juliana Ruggieri reporting live from Bangladesh. Today on our sports and recreation topic, we're going to cover a sport known as kabaddi. It's a popular sport played in Bangladesh. Now, the object of kabaddi is to capture the players on your opposing team. And what happens is there's a large court, probably about the size of like a dodgeball court or a tennis court. There's 2 teams on there. Teams consist of 20 people, and there's 7 players put on the court at a time. Now, one team will first send out a person called a raider, which will run to the opposite side of the court and then attempt to tag one of the players from the opposing team. Once the raider tags someone from the opposing team, that player is knocked out and their team gets a point. So it's kind of like vice versa. The other side sends a player back over, tries to tag that person, and so forth. Let's take a look at a video.
I'm here with the weather for Bangladesh. The climate in Bangladesh is tropical, with temperatures ranging from as low as 3 degrees Celsius overnight in the cold season to a daytime high of around 40 degrees Celsius in the hot season. It is a very rainy and moist environment. 3/4 of the annual rainfall occurs between June and September. The 90 to 95% humidity in this season is almost unbearable. In the cold season, the weather is drier and fresh, with an average daytime temperature of 24 degrees Celsius. January is the coolest month, with temperatures averaging near 26 degrees Celsius, which is around 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The month of March is relatively calm. It is the transition to the monsoon season. By April, as the monsoon approaches, humidity increases and lethal hailstorms aren't uncommon. Bangladesh has a tropical monsoon-type climate. Bangladesh is subject to devastating cyclones originating over the Bay of Bengal in periods of April to May and September to November. That's for the weather.
Hi, I'm back with a day in history. Over 40 years ago today, March 27th, Bangladesh gained its independence from Pakistan. Originally, Bangladesh was a part of the Bengal region of India. When India was given its independence from Britain, the area was partitioned into India and Pakistan. Bangladesh was included in the eastern Pakistan region. The struggle for independence led to an independence war. It turned violent when the Awami League launched a campaign of civil disobedience. Its supporters attacked many non-Bengali civilians, and the army flew in thousands of reinforcements. Overall, there were an estimated 3 million deaths. By the end of the war, the separatist Awami League won every single seat allocated to East Pakistan, and this was the deciding factor to give East Pakistan its own independence, and this territory was renamed as Bangladesh. Today, the political situation is still unstable, but there have been recent free and fair elections.
Hi everyone, it's Juliana Rajiri reporting live again. I'm here with a culture segment about Bangladesh, where we're going to be talking about the cuisine that Bangladesh has to offer. Most of you may not know it, but you've probably eaten Bangladeshi food before. 80% of the Indian restaurants in the USA serve a majority of food from Bangladesh. The food in the cuisine of Bangladesh is characterized by the sweet milk that it's made from. So a lot of foods do have the sweet milk in it. It also has a lot of spices as well, like cinnamon and garlic and onions, and all of those are ground together smoothly, and they also take the roots of those seasons as well. There's a wide variety of food in Bangladeshi cuisine, but I would say that the main staple is seafood, especially fish. But a lot of Bangladeshi people, they don't like to use any kind of fish. They will use mostly freshwater fish, as saltwater fish do not provide enough flavor, according to them. So now we're going to go over to a quick segment, a cooking show actually, that will show you how to make a popular Bangladeshi food called luchi, which is a fried bread.
Hi guys, today on Juliana's Cooking Tip, we're going to learn how to make a fried bread called luchi. It's very popular in Bangladesh, and it's normally used
during a variety of different dishes that we use on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A lot of times the Bangladeshi people will use the luchi bread when they eat fried vegetables or fried eggs, and they're actually good, they use it in their desserts as well. So let's take a look at how to do this, alright? So in my bowl right here, I've already added 4 cups of flour and 2 tablespoons of powdered milk and a tablespoon of baking powder. So you want to put that all in here and make sure it's all mixed up. And then after you add the 4 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, and 2 tablespoons of powdered milk, you're going to want to do a teaspoon of salt. Alright, so get your measuring cups out. Get a teaspoon. Alright, got that. And then after the teaspoon of salt, we're going to do a cup and a half of warm water. And then you're just going to want to pop this in the microwave. Just move our supplies out of the way. It doesn't have to be like boiling hot water, but just like a little bit like lukewarm would be good. A minute. Okay, and now we'll wait for the water to warm up, and then when that's done, we'll add that to the mixture. Okay, so now that we've got our water warmed up, we're going to put that in. Remember, that's 1.5 cups of warm water. So we pour that in. I'm going to mix this up. And you're going to keep mixing this dough for several minutes, and we're actually going to start kneading it a bit. And then you're going to want to let the dough to sit for about like 15 minutes. So cover it with some plastic wrap and just let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then when that's done, we're actually going to start frying the bread, okay? Alright guys, we're back. We just let the dough sit for about 15 minutes, and I've got my frying pan warmed up over here. I put some butter on there to give the bread a little bit more flavor and to prevent it from sticking. So we're going to take a little spoonful of this, put it on the pan, just like that. It's a little sticky. Just going to keep doing that and put several more on there. You're pretty much just going to fry it just like you would with a pancake. Alright, I'm going to let these sit for like a few minutes, and then we're going to flip them over and fry the other side. Alright, now we're going to flip these over, fry it on the other side. These don't have to be like a golden brown kind of bread. The pictures actually show them being a little bit lighter, so you don't have to let them like turn golden brown like you would with a pancake. But so you can see they're actually very similar to pancakes. Alright, I'm going to let these sit for a few more minutes. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, we've got our finished luchi bread product here. I actually cut them into halves so they're a little bit smaller, but normally they would probably be about that big. I'm actually going to add some extra butter onto them to add a little bit of flavor since it is a basic bread. So that's all for today for Juliana's Cooking Nook, and we'll see you back here next week.